that
It is
tear
my
this country
time.
apart. Donald Trump has shown us in his first term and in this term, he is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose.
They call him the president's ultimate weapon, the man who will burn the FBI to the ground. Kash Patel believes he has reached the summit of power, but he is making a fatal mistake. He thinks he is the hunter, but in reality, he has just volunteered to be the prey. He has walked into a trap that has claimed every single man before him. He is not the new boss. He is the next sacrifice. History often gives us warnings that we ignore until it is too late. It was a prophecy delivered with deadly calm by Senator Cory Booker to Kash Patel. Looking directly into the eyes of the man poised to take over the FBI, Booker said, quote, "Donald Trump is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose."
He is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. He is not loyal to people like you. He will cut you loose. You can't lecture me.
You can tell me my time's over.
You may be the charge of the
I'm not
FBI,
going anywhere.
but I am not afraid of you.
Mr. Chairman.
I'm not afraid of you.
This wasn't political rhetoric. It was a statement of biological fact in the ecosystem of Donald Trump. The room fell silent because, deep down, everyone knows it is true. Patel sat there, wrapped in the arrogance of the moment, believing he is the conqueror. But Booker was looking at a dead man walking. He was explaining the fundamental law of Trump's universe. Loyalty is a one-way transaction. It flows upward to the leader, demanded in absolute terms, but it never, ever flows back down. To understand why Patel is doomed, we have to dissect the psychology of the true believer. Men like Kash Patel suffer from a specific kind of hubris. They believe they are the exception. They look at the bodies of the men who came before them and think they were weak. They didn't understand him like I do. I am different. Patel believes that his willingness to break every norm, to shatter the institutions, and to wage war on the so-called deep state makes him indispensable. He sees himself as a partner in power, a protected asset. But he is misreading the situation entirely. To Donald Trump, Kash Patel is not a partner. He is a tool. He is a sledgehammer. And you do not have an emotional attachment to a sledgehammer. You use it to break down the wall, and when the handle snaps, or when the dust gets too thick, you throw it in the trash and buy a new one. Patel is currently useful because he is willing to do the dirty work that no one else will touch. But utility is not the Senator Booker's warning is written in blood across the last decade of American politics. We need only look at the ghosts of the past to see Patel's future. Let's talk about Michael Cohen. For over a decade, he was the pit bull. He famously said he would take a bullet for the boss. He threatened journalists. He paid off scandals. He buried the bodies. And what was his reward? When the legal pressure mounted, he was cast aside like a used wrapper. He went to federal prison alone, bankrupt and broken, while the man he served claimed he barely knew him. Then there is Jeff Sessions, the first United States senator to endorse Donald Trump, a man who gave the movement legitimacy when everyone else treated it as a joke. He was the ultimate loyalist. But the moment he followed the rule of law and recused himself from an investigation, he became an enemy. He was humiliated publicly, mocked on Twitter on a daily basis, and fired unceremoniously. His years of service meant absolutely nothing the moment he became inconvenient. And we cannot forget Mike Pence, a man who stood in the shadow for 4 years, nodding in agreement, absorbing every scandal with a stoic face. He gave everything to the administration. Yet, on January 6th, when he refused to violate the Constitution, the loyalty evaporated instantly. The mob built gallows for him, and the president watched it happen on television. If a vice president can be marked for destruction, what chance does an FBI director have? Here is the mechanism of Patel's inevitable destruction. It is a trap. He is being sent into the FBI with a mandate to purge, to punish, and to politicize. He will be asked to cross legal lines. He will be asked to weaponize the agency against political rivals. And for a while, the president will cheer him on. But eventually, the system will push back. Subpoenas will fly. Investigations will be launched. The media storm will become a hurricane. When that happens, When Kash Patel becomes a political liability rather than an asset, the cut-loose phase begins. The White House will distance itself. They will say Patel went rogue. They will say he misunderstood his orders. They will hang him out to dry to save the president's reputation. Trump has a lifelong history of surviving by throwing others under the bus. Patel is simply the next person standing at the bus stop. Cory Booker wasn't trying to save Kash Patel's soul. He was writing his political obituary. The irony is tragic. Patel is currently destroying the very safeguards and protections that he will desperately need in 2 or 3 years. He is dismantling the rule of law to serve a master who acknowledges no law. When the protection is pulled away, Patel will find himself alone in the cold, facing the consequences of his actions without a shield. The tragedy of the sycophant is that they never see the knife coming until it is already in their back. Kash Patel thinks he is the hunter, but in reality, he is just the prey waiting for his turn. The clock is ticking. The loyalty test is a sham.